Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to move the clip in our reloading animation. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this animation and you'll see what I mean. She's reloading the gun, but when she grabs at the clip, her hand moves away without taking the clip out of the gun. And what we'd like to see is for her to grab that clip and pull it out of the weapon. Now we can do this and I'm going to show you why this is possible. If we go ahead and go into our weapons folder and double click meshes and open Bellica guns, here we have the mesh with the gun for Bellica, and if we go into the skeleton tree and search for SMG underscore clip, we'll see that there's a bone here called SMG clip. Now this bone is attached to the clip, and if we hit W to translate this, I can move this clip, and if you look, you can see that her clip actually comes out of the gun. And that's because it's got its own bone here, so it's going to be attached to that bone. And that is why we can move this during, say, an animation. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and we're going to discuss now how we can actually move this bone. Now, as I move along the animation, you'll see that there's a key point here where we need to actually start changing the location of that bone that the clip is attached to, and that's right here when she grabs on it. Now, right here is where we want to start setting the location of that clip, and it's going to follow along with the hand during the entire duration here of this section of the animation until she comes all the way back up to the gun and sticks it back in, and at this point is where we want to go ahead and put the clip back in the weapon. You'll see that when I edited the animation, I might have overshot with the hand a little bit. That can be edited in the animation. In fact, I can just kind of do that real quick. If I'm here in the Reload SMG animation, right here in Reload SMG, it shows all the bones that I've altered with keys, and this is the lower arm R, and here in Reload SMG I can scrub to the part where I want to change it, and that's about right here, and I can double click in this ribbon here for lower arm R. And here are the keys for the rotation components. For example, this is lower arm rotation roll. If I click and drag, you'll see that I'm changing the roll of her arm, but here is lower arm rotation pitch, and I can move it a little bit farther away from her hand. So I can move this up a little bit like that. Now I can click save. So right here where she grabs it is where we start, and right here where she puts it back is where we stop changing the clip position. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to make this happen. So when we're moving the clip, we're concerned with a couple of things. One is the location of the clip, and another is the location of the hand. And we can easily simplify this issue by adding a scene component to our character. And the scene component can be used as a reference point for its transform. Now, a transform contains location, rotation, and scale information. So what we're going to do with this scene component is attach it to our hand. There's a bone on Bellica's skeleton that corresponds to her hand, and we can create a scene component and attach it to her hand so it follows her hand around. Then we can simply use that scene component for its transform, its location, rotation, and scale. Now, at the point when the hand grabs the clip, that is when we are interested in the clip's transform. So the clip itself will have a location, rotation, and scale. And what we'd like to do is use that transform as a reference for our scene component. So here is the order of things that we'd like to do. At the point of grabbing the clip, we're going to get that clip transform. We're going to get the location, rotation, and scale of the clip itself. And then our scene component that belongs to our character, we're going to set its transform equal to the clip's transform. In other words, we're going to set its location at the location of the clip. We're going to set its rotation at the rotation of the clip, and so on. So we have this scene component that belongs to the character, but we're setting its transform equal to the clip's transform at the point of grabbing. Then we're going to attach the scene component to the character mesh at the hand. So the scene component is attached to the character mesh, but at the point of grabbing, we have its world location set to the clip's world location, so we know that offset. So after we've done this, after we've attached the scene component to our hand bone, and we've also got it in the location of the clip, so it has an offset from the hand bone that is exactly the offset that the clip has from the hand. Then we're going to set the clip's transform to the scene component's transform every frame. So as the hand moves and the scene component moves with it, we're going to set the clip's location and rotation equal to the scene component's location and rotation. So here's how it's going to work. During the animation, we haven't quite grabbed the clip yet, so the hand is approaching the clip. And as soon as the hand gets right onto the clip, we're going to set our scene component transform equal to the clip's transform. So now our scene component is in the location of the clip itself. This is where we're going to attach the scene component to the hand bone, but it's still going to have an offset because its location is in the location of the clip. Now, if this is all we did, then as soon as the hand moved away, the scene component would move away with the hand, and as the hand moves around, the scene component would move along with the hand, and it would keep that offset that it had initially when we set it equal to the clip's transform. But what we're actually going to do is after we've attached the scene component to the hand, we're then going to start setting the clip's location equal to the scene component's location. In fact, we're going to use the whole transform, location, rotation, and scale. And then as the hand moves around, the clip is going to be set so that its location matches the scene component, and the scene component is stuck to the hand. And so this will give the illusion that the hand is grabbing the clip. So that is how we're going to do this. Now in the next video, we're going to go ahead and set this up and actually implement this functionality. So get ready. We'll see you in the next video.